Tesla Cybertrucks may be rusting, labor market shifts, and billionaires building underground bunkers. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on yahoo.com put out by Futurism and written by Victor Tangerman titled, "Cybertruck Owners Say They're Already Rusting." The author of this article discusses the Tesla Cybertruck's unusual stainless steel exoskeleton, which can ward off bullets but not stains. Apparently, this is already turning out to be a headache for owners. The author goes on to reference one Cybertruck Owners Club forum member who said he started noticing small orange flecks appearing on his truck after driving it in the rain for just 2 days. Another Cybertruck owner took a photo of orange spots on the stainless steel panels after washing the vehicle with soap and water. Well, my friends, imagine paying big money for a Tesla Cybertruck and then having to deal with rust spots. I guess people don't understand the meaning of the word stainless steel. Break that word in two and you get stainless. The word is not stain proof. I guess you could look at this situation two ways. You could be frustrated that your very expensive stainless steel Cybertruck is developing rust spots, or you could just consider it patina that makes the truck look more rugged. There are a lot of people who like buying beat-up vintage Rolex watches because they look more rugged. Some people love this style. One of these Tesla Cybertruck owners was told by a service advisor that the panels would just need to be buffed out. Apparently, these orange spots could be a result of carbon dust, stray filings, or other contaminants, according to one source referenced by the author. I don't remember ever hearing about rust spots on the DeLoreans that were manufactured in the early 1980s. It will be interesting to see what transpires with all of this moving forward. These trucks have not been out for very long, so if the panels do develop rust, I am sure we will be hearing a lot more about it in the years to come. Unless you are going to keep your vehicle in a garage showroom, it is going to develop flaws. That's one reason why I like driving an old car. My car has scratches and dings all over it. I love it because I don't have to worry about parking it next to some other beat-up car. I don't worry about someone banging their door into my car. One more door impact mark is not going to change the value of my vehicle one bit. If someone rams a shopping cart into my car, no big deal. I hardly ever wash my car because what's the point? Think about how much time and money I save. Back when I owned a very nice vehicle, I always had to worry about where I parked it. I had to be very careful getting in and out of the driver's seat because I did not want to cause any wear and tear to the leather. I had to be very careful whenever I placed something in the back seat so I didn't scratch the leather. I was always tempted to pay for the upgraded car wash because I wanted to take care of the vehicle's paint job. I also worried about how much the vehicle was depreciating each year. I don't have to worry about any of that anymore. There is a certain peace of mind that you get by having a vehicle that is fully depreciated with a lot of patina. I can simply use the vehicle however I want to, and it doesn't matter. It's a lot nicer having my money in assets that provide a financial return, as opposed to having my money in a newer depreciating liability that costs more money to insure and costs more money each year for registration and plates. That's what I think, but to each their own. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today. This article was on foxbusiness.com, written by Kristen Altus, titled, "Former Home Depot CEO Sounds Alarm on Tremendous Shift in Labor Market." According to the author, a former top corporate America executive is warning that the U.S. economy is not on a fast track to recovery as higher inflation and more mass layoffs loom over markets. The author went on to quote the former Home Depot and Chrysler CEO, Bob Nardelli, as saying, "We're now seeing people being laid off. If you look at chips, They've laid off almost 40,000 people. We're seeing a tremendous shift in employment out there where people are being laid off. Well, my friends, unemployment is still historically low if you are to believe the government figures, but I continue to read about more layoffs in the news each week. On Tuesday of this week, Paramount Global announced they were laying off 3% of their global workforce, which is about 800 employees. The author of this article said in the last 2 weeks, Cisco, Snap, Estee Lauder, Amazon, Citigroup, and UPS have all announced layoffs amid rate volatility. Every time I read about layoffs, I worry about these people. I wonder if they have an emergency fund to weather the storm until they find another job. I wonder if they will be victims of ageism when they go looking for another job. I worry about what will happen to their local economies when they have to cut back on their spending. I worry about the stress that mom or dad getting laid off will have on their children. No matter how you look at it, the situation is not good. Let's hope we don't experience a tremendous shift in the labor market. I don't want to see a hard landing. I don't want to see unemployment tick up. The ramifications would be far-reaching if this happens. I don't think there is anything wrong with preparing for the worst. Making sure you are ready in case you get laid off is a smart idea from my perspective. Who knows what is going to happen with the interest rate environment here in America? The stock market had a temper tantrum on Tuesday of this week because of inflation data. Market participants want to see rate cuts. If those rate cuts don't come soon enough, who knows what could transpire moving forward? If rates stay higher for longer, this impacts people, businesses, including financial institutions. Some companies may need to reduce human capital as a way of reducing costs to maintain profitability. We could read about more layoffs in 2024 moving forward. Billionaires are preparing for the worst in their own way. I read an article today on Yahoo Entertainment put out by The Hollywood Reporter and written by Ingrid Schmidt titled, "Billionaire survivalist bunkers go absolutely bonkers with fiery moats and water cannons." According to the author, Mark Zuckerberg is constructing a 5,000 square foot bunker under his ranch in Hawaii. Now here's a direct quote from the author, aiming to protect themselves from potential threats including civil unrest, cyber attacks, nuclear bombing, power grid failure, and drastic climate change events. Many work directly with general contractors to build kitted out end-of-times bunkers, while others call on a handful of specialized companies. I found this to be very interesting. If you have the money, why not prepare for the worst? You'll be happy you did in the event something happens in the future. The author of this article said Bill Gates is rumored to have underground security areas under every one of his homes. Growing up, my parents bought a house that was built in the 1950s. In the back of the house, there was a really large concrete patio that was probably about 8 inches thick. At least that is what was visible above ground. This was partially covered by an overhang from the house. In the finished basement of the home, there was a very heavy door that led to a concrete reinforced bunker that was under that patio. Unlike the rest of the basement, which had concrete block walls, the bunker had thick poured concrete walls and a poured concrete ceiling. There were multiple shelving units for supplies along the walls and in the center of the room. The person who owned this home before my parents bought it had been a wealthy grocery store owner. I suppose he had this bunker built in the 1950s during the Cold War because he wanted to prepare for the worst. I'm sure the bunkers that Mark Zuckerberg and other billionaires are building today are far more advanced. For example, the author of the article that I referenced said that air filtration systems for these modern bunkers can run $3,000 to $10,000. The author also referenced a project that includes water cannons that can take down parachuters and Apache helicopters that are 500 feet in the air. The bunker in our old house didn't have anything like that. It was just a bunker where we stored junk and the cat liked to hide out in there. What do you think of these billionaires who are building bunkers? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.